Good morning. It's day 110 of Safety 365, and I'm John Newquist. And I'm going to talk about hard hats, suspension, and how long they're supposed to last. If you take a look at a typical hard hat, it's going to have a key. A lot of times I'll have an arrow here. If you can look in this, you can see there's an arrow. Now, this is hard to get on the camera, but it says it's pointing to 14 between the arrow, and it's pointing to 4, which means this was made in April 2014. How long is it good for? Well, if it's out of a bag, it's good for 5 years. If you don't wear it but a couple times a year, it's probably going to be good for a lot of times. You have to inspect this. But I always tell people, you got to look at this lining or suspension. If this has got any cracks, any frays, broken stitching, you're going to get rid of it. Where does it say this? Well, every hard hat comes with a manual, and let's take a look at the manual. The MSA hard hat, they recommend suspension replaced every 12 months, helmet every 5 years. So it's not law, but the idea is that you don't want to be in a hard hat that might get too brittle. It sits in the sunlight, you're wearing it all the time. You want to replace the suspension because it's going to have a sweat band. You want to make sure that it's going to be nice and clean and it'll work, because remember, the suspension is the weak part of it. If the suspension breaks, you're getting the full impact. So let's change the suspensions every 12 months if you're a regular user of hard hats, and the helmet every 5 years. It doesn't mean that they have to get rid of it. You can give it to the worker. Don't put them on the back of your truck or put them on your mantle or something else, but don't wear old stuff at our facility. All right, that's it. Let's see you tomorrow, and be safe.